Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for our online service. What have we got coming up?
We've got Pete doing an action song, Mel doing the craft, and Alan doing the talk.
Great. So hopefully you've got yourself a brew and you're ready to sit back and enjoy our service. Join in with the worship songs. Join in with the craft if you're one of the kids. And really enjoy what Alan's going to share with us today. So God bless you. Thanks for watching and enjoy the service.
Hello everyone, you know what time it is, you know what day it is. It's Sunday morning here at the Smullen household, and today I've come with my two special helpers. Say hi, Noah. Say hi, Caleb. Say hi. And today we've got a really special song because we are going to be doing a song that we haven't done before, I don't think. This is going to be a song called Royalty, so you're going to have to get your crowns out. There's loads of wowing, there's loads of shaking those hips. Noah, are you going to shake your hips or are you going to sit and help Mummy? You're going to sit and help Mummy. I'm going to put Caleb down. And this is Royalty, so don't forget, shake your hips. That's right, here we go. Made me who I'm meant to be. He loves me just the way I am. God made me who I'm meant to be. His dreams of me so amazing. For this simple reason, I am happy to be me. Whoa, whoa, my God watches over me. Whoa, whoa, I feel like royalty. For this simple reason, I am happy to be me. Come on, everybody now. Yeah, that's like me. Who I'm meant to be. He loves me just the way I am. God made me who I'm meant to be. His dreams of me so amazing. For this simple reason, I am happy to be me. Whoa, whoa, my God watches over me. Whoa, whoa, I feel like royalty for this simple reason. I am happy to be me. Whoa, whoa, my God watches over me. Whoa, whoa, I feel like royalty for this simple reason. I am happy to be me. Whoa, whoa, I am happy to be me. Whoa, whoa, happy to be me. Whoa, whoa, I am happy to be me. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Whoa, my God watches over me. Whoa, whoa, I feel like crowns on for the simple reason I am happy to be me. Whoa, whoa, my God watches over me. Whoa, whoa, I feel like royalty for that simple reason. I am happy to be me. Whoa, whoa, I am happy to be me. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Come on, Noah. Come on over. What did you think to that song?
Great.
It's good, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh. It's good, isn't it? Technical difficulties, it's alright. You're happy? So, Noah, did you enjoy that?
Yes.
Caleb, did you enjoy that? We enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed worshiping God. Don't forget, you are royalty. You're a prince and a princess. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope you enjoy the rest of the service. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Say bye, boys. Bye.
Okay, good morning kids and welcome again back to our crafty corner, straight from Litherland. I hope you've all had a great week and you've all made lots and lots of footprints for us to put up on our wall. I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to making a lovely footprint message for our church, and that all comes from you guys. So I'm also looking forward to when we can actually meet up together, but I've got a little plan for that, so keep watching this space. Thank you, Pete, for another action-packed song. This is boss. So today, looking about royalty. Now, if you're anything like me, you'll have that little song in your head. Feel like royalty. But don't worry, I won't sing anymore. But basically, the Bible verse that we're looking at today is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. And it says that we are chosen as a royal priesthood. Now, we are chosen by Jesus because he loved us first. Now, for the good bit. I get this wrong, actually. I'll try not to, but I might. I was thinking about things that remind us of royalty. And I think maybe some of us would think about wealth, about material things, about extravagant things, nice holidays, being able to do what you want, maybe. I don't know. But the thing that stuck out to me today was jewels. Another thing was a crown, but I think we've probably all made a crown in Sunday school, you know, before. So today I'm going to try, and I do mean try, to grow us some crystals. Wish me luck. Here's the science part. Please God, let me. Apparently if you leave your spoon in, the glass won't break. And then my salt. I'll buy another one. But if you're making these at home, you need to check with your, responsible adults. So apparently, if we dissolve as much salt in here as we possibly can. Now, the instructions that I read on Dr. Google said to keep on pouring it in until you think you can pour in no more. I don't know when that's going to be. It's climbing up the sides of the glass. It's ages since I've done this. I'm sure some of... Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. And I think the aim is to get as much salt in there. See, it's like doubled in size, so that must be about right. The aim is to get as much salt in here as possible. And then... Right, that was slightly boiling water, but not quite boiling. Now, if your mum and dad's are really good cooks, they won't mind you using all of their salt, because most people are really quite health conscious and we don't use a lot, honest. But thinking about the words to the song today, it was, I feel like royalty. I'm happy to be me. So, when we grow the salt crystals up these, we're just going to pretend that they're, royal jewels. We know they're not real, they're just salt. But there's actually lots of references in the Bible to do with salt. I'm sure we'll touch on them another day. But for now, I'm going to do my best to try and grow some little crystals. Okay. I'll leave that there. Flipping heck, that's a lot of salt. And apparently these crystals will grow. If I've got this right, and if I've got my quantities roughly right, and the temperature roughly right, salt crystals will grow up this string. So all you really need is a nice tough glass or a jam jar, some pretty warm water, so you might need parental supervision, a piece of string and something to suspend it across the top. Now, thinking about us just being individual, all these little salt crystals will come out like individual. And it'll be fun to watch. All we need to do after we've mixed all this, mixy, done, is leave it there, put it in a safe place where your dogs are not going to jump up, where your kid brother's not going to drink it. He might be a bit sick. He wouldn't be dead but he might be a bit sick. So just put it somewhere safe and just keep watching it every day, and you will see the little salt crystals forming a lovely little pattern up this string, I hope. If you have any food colouring, add that. That's cool, because then you can make different coloured crystals. You can do more than one. But yeah, just experiment. And just remember that when God chose us as his royal family, we come as we are. He chose us for exactly who we are. You know, we're not all uniform little crystals. We're not all exactly the same. And we're all different. Some of us are fat, some of us are thin, some of us wear glasses, some of us wear braces, some of us are gorgeous, some of us are all gorgeous. Forget it, we're all gorgeous. But anyway, in Jesus' eyes, we really are his chosen people, and that is the theme for the next few weeks. It is royalty, and it's not about what you've got, where you go, it's about who you are inside. So stay safe, take care, have a fab week, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks Pete for the song, that was boss.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship his holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. I worship your holy name. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship his holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. I'll worship your holy name. You're rich in love and you're slow to anger. Your name is great and your heart is kind. For all your goodness I will keep on singing. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship his holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. I'll worship your holy name. And on that day when my strength is failing, the end draws near and my time has come, still my soul will sing your praise unending. 10,000 years and then forevermore. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship his holy name. Sing like never before,
Hello everyone. Today's talk is going to be a little bit different than I normally do. I normally try to make it a little bit more interactive, maybe upbeat. Today, I'm not really sure what it is. It's a bit more of a reflection and it's a bit more ramblings, to be honest. But hopefully you'll get something out of it. Hopefully it'll speak to you in these times that we find ourselves in. And if not, well, there's always next week. So sit back and enjoy the talk. This is one of my favourite places to come and mostly just think and ponder. I don't come here very often, but I do like to come at different times of the year. Today it's a lovely, calm day. The weather's quite nice. It's not that cold, even though I'd probably wear a coat if I went outside. But I just like it because it's kind of peaceful. And when I come in different times of the year, obviously sometimes it's blowy, sometimes it's really sunny, and you know, you could probably stand out there in t-shirts and shorts. Other times it's raining, you know, sometimes the sea's in and it's blustery. There's just different times and different seasons, and it's kind of never the same. And that kind of reminds me of life in lots of ways. I've had the privilege and honour in lots of ways to do a number of end-of-life services lately. And they're always sad occasions. And yet, we always want to try and make them as good or as authentic as possible for the person that's died. And one of the verses that occasionally comes up is in Ecclesiastes. Often comes up during the committal time. It's Ecclesiastes 3. And it goes something like this. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. Solomon is writing Ecclesiastes as he's pondering possibly the biggest question in life. What is life all about? What is it? And he's wrestling with this, what's the meaning of life question that a lot of us do. Maybe not when we're younger, but as we get a little bit older, we start to think about these things a bit more. And, you know, one of his favourite sayings is, life is meaningless. And he does this chapter you know, which is a time to laugh, a time to cry, a time to live, a time to die. He does that chapter as he's pondering the big question, what's it all about? And I go through times where I ponder what's it all about, because, you know, life for me is in cycles, it's in circles, it's in seasons, and different stages of life we have different seasons. When I was a kid, I obviously went to school, and I remember school, and when I first went to school, when I was in juniors and infants, it was kind of good, wasn't it? Looking back now, I'm sure at the time, I'm not sure I always enjoyed it. There are good and bad memories of school. The senior school, I went to St George of England High School, so that was a thing. And, you know, you don't really think about your future. You don't think, you're living in the moment, and everything's really serious and means a lot, you know. But as you grow up, you know, as a teenager, you go through all sorts of changes in life, and school is different, and you have to pick options, and you start trying to wonder what you want to be. But I grew up in the 80s when there was kind of no work, and I didn't know what I wanted to be. I just wanted to go on the building, like my dad was on the building sites, so I was going to go on building sites. And then you become an adult, and you realise that it's maybe not that much fun playing around in the mud all the time. And as a young adult, you know, you start courting. I met Joyce, we got married, and then we had kids. And wow, if I had any advice for you, it'd be, have kids while you're young. Because if you get older, they just wear you out, don't they? It's just constant. I mean, there's joys to having kids, isn't there? But in those first few years when you don't get any sleep, and you can't leave the house without taking a trailer, it can be challenging. And for each stage of life, there are different challenges and different joys. We all have different times and experiences, but every stage of life, which is different, you know, when you have kids, as they grow up, as they go to school, as they go through the teenage years, you know, you will get through them, trust me. You know, you love your kids, but you don't want them off school for 6 months, do you? Hey, you know, life is challenging, but it has its joys. And this scripture that I'm sort of pondering on as I sit here in Barebow Bank is one of them things. It sort of points out that in life there's the opportunities and the challenges. You know, there are times to live, times to die, times to laugh, times to cry, times to plant, times to uproot, all those things. And if you noticed, they're opposites, or they're beginning and ends. And, you know, there's a time when things finish and a new season begins. We are in difficult times. There's no doubt about it. It's completely different to what we're used to. The new normal, they're calling it. I hope it's not, but it seems to be lasting an awful long time. And what I noticed through my life is, the different seasons, the different times in our lives, we kind of get used to them and we adapt. You know, so that time when you couldn't leave the house without a trailer, without, 6 bags of stuff with nappies, change of clothes, all that, etc. Then times in life when you're a teenager, your teenagers haven't come home from school, and you're trying to manage teenagers that are growing into adults. Your own life, and when you start to get a bit older and you start to ponder what life is about. What have we done? What are we going to do? What's it going to be like in the future? There are, we have these times and these challenges and joys that I've mentioned, and and they change. And we are obviously in this pandemic, and as people and as people of faith and churches, we're adapting, and that seems to be a bit continuous at the moment. We're adapting, we're changing. We've changed the way we do things. We do lots of our stuff online these days, rather than live. I think what I'm trying to say is that we adapt. We make the most of the situation we're in. We get used to it, and it becomes kind of normal life for us at that time. And we adapt and we change. And we make the most and the best of life. And isn't that what it's kind of about? It just seems like there's bad news everywhere at the moment. It's the future looks bleak. I'm aware that a number of people are not well. A few people have caught COVID, and it just seems a little bit depressing. We've been in this lockdown now for ages. We're in the third tier, whatever lockdown thing we're in now, and it just seems like there isn't a hope, there isn't a future. And yeah, isn't the lesson of life that we need to adapt? Yeah, there's bad news everywhere. Yeah, there's stuff we can't do. Yeah, we can't meet together as church properly. We can't sing. We can't do the stuff we normally do. We can't meet with our families. We can't go out. We can't socialise. You know, and it could even get worse. I want us to flip it. And, you know, I'm trying to do this myself. By the way, this isn't something I'm actually maybe very good at, but I want us to flip it. I want us to think not what can't we do, but what can we do in this season that we're in? What can we do in this season of life that we find ourselves in right now, with all the kinds of restrictions placed upon us? What is it we can do? I mean, we're not allowed to mix households now, unless you're in a bubble, of course. You're not even in your own garden or anything. But what can we do? We can still stay in touch. In some ways, we've never been more connected than we are in this day and age. I mean, we've got phones, we've got video links, we've got FaceTimes, we've got all sorts of different social media platforms that we can keep in touch. Just keep in touch with each other. Keep looking out for each other. Keep phoning. You know, old-fashioned letter. George and Kay are writing letters to people. It's amazing. Keep in touch. We can't really go out anymore. So spend some time in. You know, remember when you were mad busy and you'd done anything for the night in? Now you got loads of them. Use them. Use them wisely. Spend some time in. Spend some time to be with your immediate family in that way. You know, sit down with them. Talk. Spend time with your kids. Spend time with your mum or your dad if they're in your bubble. Just spend time with each other. This, of course, is if you've completed Netflix by now, which I'm sure you have. Could always do the jobs around the house. I'm sure that would be a great thing. I've nearly completed mine, although they're never finished, are they? We can't do church as we know it. But that doesn't mean our faith is finished, does it? We can do and learn some new things, new rhythms, new disciplines. Maybe explore silence as a discipline, listening to God. While you've got this time, solitude, new ways of prayer. We've done the prayer course in church. Practice some of that. You know, this is a funny time and we haven't got... there are lots of restrictions. But adapt. Make the most of this. Use this time wisely. Write that book that you wanted to write. Do that stuff that you've never had time for. Because now you've got it. You know, there is a time for everything. There is a time for everything. And now is our time. So use this time that we've unexpectedly been given for the best and to the glory of God.
Blessed be your name in the land that is plentiful, where the streams of abundance flow. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name when I'm found in the desert place. Though I walk through the wilderness, blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be your name when the sun's shining down on me, when the world's all as it should be. Blessed be your name. Blessed be